Okay, so today we're going to go through the fourth lie of genetically modified skeptic, of the four lies theists say about atheists, and then I'm going to go on to something else, mainly because I've already expressed my views on this stuff, and I'm kind of repeating the same stuff, but I like to consider myself to be someone with integrity and keep my word and all that, so I'm going to address the lie. And, um, and it's going to be quick, so I'm just going to move on to something else. So the lie is basically that theists say that atheists have no meaning with their lives or something to that effect. And I mean, they don't. They can think they do, but just because you think your life has meaning and things in your life matter doesn't objectively mean it does. Also, from an atheist point of view, there's no such thing as like things mattering objectively. That's just not a thing that can be. How can something objectively matter if nothing in it of itself has a purpose to it? From an atheist point of view, there's no God. Okay, let's go through the. This is all connected to the next topic I want to talk about, anyways. So we got atheism, right? Atheist is you don't believe there's a God. Not now. There's also deist. Deist is you believe there's a God. Now the difference in atheist and deist though is deist believes there's a God, something of power, perhaps supernatural or whatever, is that created the world, but they left the world alone. They're not intervening in anything. They're just there. They just happened to have done it and they went away. And a theist believes that there's a God that's intervening and there's a purpose and a plan and all that stuff. That's a theistic God. And then there's an atheist where there's no theistic God. I'm not sure why that doesn't necessarily mean maybe there's a deist God, except for my definition of atheist, which is that there's no my definition of an atheist is that you don't believe anything supernatural or spiritual exists, because then you're an agnostic if you do. So, but short of that, for most of you atheists out there who may not believe in that definition, I don't know why you would consider yourself to be an atheist and not an atheist, perhaps. I don't know. That doesn't matter. That's neither here or there. But then there's an agnostic where you don't know. So when you believe something, if you're a theist, you believe that there's a plan, there's a purpose, there's an everything, and it's from God. That's what you believe. That's the source of it. You take away the God, what's the purpose? If it's from God, the purpose and everything is from God, then there's no purpose if you take the God away. So now an atheist who takes the God away is also taking away the purpose, also takes away the meaning and everything. Genetically modified skeptic was talking about that is a lie that theists say, trying to justify my family, my this, my that, but none of it matters because there's no God, because there's no purpose for anything. So none of it matters. That's the bottom line of the atheist point of view from here, the worldview from the atheist. That's just the logical conclusion of it. Whether they like to admit it or not is a different ballgame. But that's what it comes down to. An atheist would say, this is really the other thing I want to get to, an atheist would say, and I've heard them say this over the years, time and time again, that there's the Big Bang and evolution, that we believe in this stuff, that of course we get the science and it makes sense. And then you'll have the religious people, the theists, come out and argue how that's what they believe in, and they'll say, well, you don't have to believe in these things to be an atheist. First off, I would ask you to find me the atheist that actually doesn't believe that, and if they do, if you do find that atheist, are they actually being intellectually honest? Are they really an atheist? If you're putting everything to its what's it called? You're actually critiquing everything properly. You're going through all the ins and outs of it all. Is this person really an atheist? As far as I'm concerned, an atheist is somebody who doesn't believe anything supernatural or spiritual exists, because once you believe that, you have to be, just with logical, intellectual honesty and all that, you have to be an agnostic, someone who doesn't know what they believe. So I think once you take away the theist belief, you take away the science belief, you're left with, by default, being an agnostic. A lot of atheists would like to argue that we're all born atheists, where we don't believe there's a God. But that's not right. We're actually all born agnostics because you don't know. That's what it is. And if you take away the theistic beliefs, you don't. You're left with not knowing, unless you have something you do know. What is the thing you do know that you do believe that makes you not believe? That goes to the Big Bang and evolution and all that. And if it's not that, then I don't know what it is. And I think anyone who likes to think otherwise or does think otherwise is just not being intellectually honest with themselves, or don't know how to, or just believing things they're hearing regurgitated from other atheists and all that. Anyhow, that's all I got for that. Like and subscribe. Join me on my Facebook group, America and Values. Thanks. All the best.